Alright, hey YouTube, I'm back again with another figure review, and fortunately this time I don't have the box back here, because this guy came from eBay and it's been a while since it's been out, and it's really hard to find these anymore, unfortunately, and I want to review him anyway, because he's awesome. This is Scud, the Disposable Assassin, from the comic book from the same name, and he was from a very short run of comic-related figures from Shocker Toys. They did a whole independent comic book run of figures, and Scud was one of them they did. There's a couple variant versions of him that they made, but this is the main one, and this is the only one I have. I don't have anything else associated to it. With this figure, you are also supposed to receive, aside from the box, which there it is. You're supposed to get a little, this big figure guy of some other comic. I actually haven't heard of it. It's called like an ISZ, what the little things were called, but I don't have that either. But anyway, we're here looking at just Scud. Now, Scud here, basically the only accessories that came with him were extra hands. Now he has this regular hand we have here and this gun hand. Same deal with the other hand. It's just a regular hand and a gun hand. You can see it's the same hand shape on both the regular hand and the gun hand, which is pretty cool because they got the pinky out thing right from Scud in the comic book, which I highly recommend you read so that you know who this guy is, because barely anybody knows who this guy is, and he's too awesome to pass up. He used to be really cheap. By really cheap, I mean like 10 to 15 bucks. It's gone way up now for some reason, and I don't know why. And he's kind of hard to get a hold of anymore. I keep pinching his leg because mine's got a weird defect on the leg we'll get to in a sec. But anyway, since I highly recommend him so much and I think he's so awesome, I want to give him his own video. Alright, cool. So I'm just going to work from the top down on his Poseability, which is pretty crazy for how, I don't want to use the word cheap, but maybe inexpensive is a nicer way to say it. He's not like a high-end Figma or anything. He's actually just, just a regular toy that you would have seen like at a toy store, but it's just a crazy comic book character that kids should not be reading, by the way. Well, anyway, his paint just alone is done really well. He's even shaded in certain areas to give him some extra depth. You can see here. You can read the whole message on his back exactly the same way that it is in the comic. I get that close and you can't even read it. He's got his logo brand correct. Man, people just will not stop sending me messages. Yeah, now we can just work from the top down. His head is on a ball joint and can basically just look wherever. And see, there it goes, it just came right off. See, it's just a ball joint. Pops right back in there. That's all it is. Same deal with the shoulders, which is really useful until you want him to point this direction, because he can't quite do that. He can go all the way around, of course, but can't quite point in that direction. So if you really need that angle, he'd probably be doing something like that. You got to twist the side so you can see he's not really pointing this way. Well, anyway, now we're at the elbow. I'm not sure exactly how it's put together. Well, since my leg keeps falling apart, I could show it to you on the leg. There it goes. You can see it's kind of like a little peg inside of a little, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but when they get clicked together like this, it'll just move like a normal, not a normal leg, because normal legs can't do this, but you get the idea. It's just a normal joint. Yeah, I think my leg down there was just broken, and it shouldn't be doing that. But that's how the rest of these work, and none of them even come apart slightly, but that one for some reason does. The hands, these are kind of tough to get on and off. Other people say that theirs aren't. Well, that popped right off. I don't know, I can get it back on. Never mind. It's just before when I was trying to take them on and off, it was such a pain. Couldn't do it. But, never mind. They work just fine. So, moving from there down to his waist. This is just a super handy sculpt mixed with how this was jointed together, because it's like no matter where you slide this so that his waist is in a different position, it always looks like the sculpt is still correct, which is, it's just nice. It's always smooth. Really, really great sculpting just for such a, once again, I don't want to say cheap figure because he's not anymore, but you get the idea. His pelvic area, his legs are on 2 different ball joints. I can rotate it that way or actually use the joint itself, see, to go in pretty much any direction. You saw the other leg, which is just like the arms, and then they have another one of those at the base of the foot. Now there's little pegs in the bottom of his feet. I actually just noticed, and I have no idea what for, because this Scud, I'm pretty sure, did not come with a stand. There's just pegs in the bottom of his feet for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I really just wanted to make a video on Scud because this Scud is awesome, and it really took a while to try and hunt this guy down. I felt so stupid because I didn't get this one deal I saw on eBay. The problem is it was while I was reading the book, so I wasn't like, well, I don't know if I really like it yet to you know, buy a bunch of stuff from it. But they had this Scud and his 2 different variations and all of the things that they came with, including all their boxes, for like 15 bucks. I was like, I don't think I should spend 15 bucks, but if they're that cheap, I'll just hang on to the idea and probably get them later. Yeah, I never saw that again. I ended up spending about 15 just on this guy right here, and his legs busted. So, still a really cool deal. He's just a hilarious guy to have posed. Check out the comic too. I'll probably make a video review on just the comic book later. But until then, I'm going to take some photos of him really quick and do the final ratings and all that shenanigans. Alright, so it's time for some final thoughts on the Scud the Disposable Assassin figure. It's really hard to give him a proper rating considering how his he wasn't really intended to be a high-end figure, and if you rate him that way, he's probably like a 6 out of 10 because there are some quirks to him. You can't quite pose him in certain directions. It's kind of hard to do some things. But considering how much money really wasn't put into him, and he's, you know, just a normal comic book action figure, he's really great, and he's more like an 8 out of 10 because he can do a whole lot of stuff, and he looks really great. His attention to detail is awesome, and he can do some of those really crazy poses that you can do in the book. And it's kind of great for that, but I guess I'm just going to have to meet the 2 in the middle and say he's a 7. I would definitely say that he was a good buy. He was definitely worth the find. The comic is great. You should check out my comic review for that. It's going to be uploaded soon. And there's really not much else I can say about Scud. I just really wanted to make a video like this because there aren't really any videos on the internet where people are telling you about this particular figure or really any of the Shocker Toys figures that I've seen. And I wish I had a video like this when I was thinking about buying him because his price, like I said, is going up a bit. And now that the video exists because of this, hopefully someone can decide whether they want to get this Scud figure or not. And either way, I'm just kind of showing him off. So I'll see you guys in the next figure review, and good luck with any hunts that you're trying to do for finding some good prices on these figures.